to Walter Smith before back-to-back victories here in April that laid the foundations for a late title push. It's Walter Smith's 41st Old Firm game. He's only lost 5 times here at Celtic Park. No mean feat considering the nature of these games. It's a thankless task for him. Tukey McDonald's the referee. Game in British football is upon us. 120 years of history is about to be condensed into 90 manic minutes. Mark Wilson seeking out Samaras. Bugera rises with him. And here is Miller. And now Charlie Adam. Mike Kuzan, a surprise starter. Gary Colwell returning from injury. Samaras. Charlie Adam. Kuzan. David Weir.
It's exactly as we expected. Fast and furious. Miller, of course, yes, is up front with Kuzan. What that does allow Rangers to do is play the ball into Kuzan, because we know that he likes to come off short and take the ball into feet. He's also got that physical presence. I think sometimes Rangers need up there. Straight away it was interesting to see Bugera win the first head encounter with Samaras. It's very strong at the back there.
A shove on Kuzan by Caldwell. A free kick for Rangers.
An early chance for Rangers to get the ball in the box.
Broadfoot. Kenny Miller was there, and Stephen McManus had to turn it behind for a corner.
It's good defending because there's not enough pressure on the cross coming in. It's a good ball as well. Kenny Miller was there.
Charlie Adams corner. Finkel let it go. Goal kick. The Glasgow derby steeped in history and tradition. It's a game of such high intensity and such huge significance. And a bright start for Rangers. Except the free kick has gone against Broadfoot.
If it was a trip, it was a bit silly. Well, you can just see it's Broadfoot coming across, McGeady there. Nowhere near the ball. Good decision.
Rangers have only won twice in the last 8 years at Celtic Park. What they would give for a rare victory today. Both teams on 7 points. Early days, but you still don't want to lose an Old Firm match. Kuzan and Caldwell rising. Kenny Miller feeding on the scraps of that. And unsurprisingly jeered on his Celtic Park return. Charlie Adam making significant progress here. And it came off McManus, and Miller's effort blocked by Brown.
It's a good start from Rangers. Charlie Adam highly involved, a neat little Meg there. A great ball across with real power. Brown had to be there.
Rangers score from a couple of corners at this end in April. Davis takes it. Daniel Kuzan scored one of those goals in April.
Very similar approach as well to the front post area. At that point, Kuzak can either try and flick it on or go himself, but he's a little bit too far beyond the front post that time.
The title was there for the taking for Rangers last season, but they blew it amid a hectic schedule, and Celtic pounced. Davis stepping in. Kevin Thompson was suspended for those 2 Old Firm games here in April, having scored an Ibrox winner against Celtic in March. McGeady and Maloney. Wilson is on the overlap. Promising for Celtic. Samaras. Mendes for Charlie Adam. It's just going to drift away from Stephen Davis.
He just overhit there from Charlie Adam, but Celtic trying to get into their way of playing, which is getting the ball wide. So lots of movement up there with Maloney, quite happy to go into that left channel. You see it again, just an overhit pass there, but with McGeady, Maloney on that side, a lot of interchanging, and of course Wilson likes to go on the overlap as well. So that means a very busy day for Broadfoot and Davis. Down that right-hand side for Rangers.
Gary Caldwell made that his. Samaras fending off Weir. Scott Brown. Liam McGeady, the player of the year last season, and the young player too. And he gets a free kick off Stephen Davis.
Well, you can see that left-hand side is going to be a problem. Nakamura, of course, on the right-hand side for Celtic, completely different. He's not going to go past anyone. It will be him on the ball to send this one in.
Nakamura scored a spectacular goal against Rangers here in April. Provider here though, he hopes. Nakamura in, McManus really got a flick on it. A flick that might have counted.
See what a weapon that is. Having Nakamura out there on the left, McManus just about got there. He rose highest, got a little touch on it.
Kuzan challenging Caldwell again, but a free kick goes against Kuzan. Caldwell not looking too happy.
Well, Kuzan just for this type of play as well. Quite effective in this environment. And while they're on the ground, a little bit of afters, I think. But not too much. Quite badly, actually.
Don't think so, somehow. Samaras. Brown charging in, and he will charge about today. And every day. Hartley. Hinkle. Nakamura. Kevin Thompson is going to get a yellow card with just 8 minutes on the Old Firm clock.
As Nakamura takes the ball in here, the ball's going miles away before Thompson comes in. It's just a little bit silly, puts him under real pressure now for this match. There's going to be a lot of tackles going in that midfield area, and Thompson's now going to have to watch himself.
Celtic had 9 players booked in the first Old Firm clash of last season. Thompson, though, gets the first this time around. And that's a comfy catch for Alan McGregor, who hobbled off injured here in April and missed some massive games in the run-in. Adam. hustling and bustling with Nakamura. Rangers get the throw. Right in front of Gordon Strachan, that. I'm sure he wouldn't have minded having a flag in his hand. Bugera. Miller. Okay, McManus the offender. Welcome back to Celtic Park.
Well, it's just how we expected the start of this match. The referee very busy with his whistle.
Pedro Mendes. Davis. Thompson! A yellow card already. Looking for a goal already.
Celtic were just stretched there. It took McManus to have to break ranks and get out close to Thompson and put him off. Certainly found some room, did the Rangers midfielder. It's quite interesting as well watching Mendes play. He wants to drop off and try and take the ball from Bugera or Weir, but Scott Brown is right up there close to him. Try to cover that ground and be pressing high up the park.
Comes on a collision course with McManus. McGeady grounded. Davis. Miller. Hinkle giving Samaras something to chase. McGregor doubled back on himself, and David Weir played it safe. We're skippering Rangers in the absence of Barry Ferguson. Barry's kind of game today as well. Just a bit. Caldwell. Broadfoot wary of McGeady's presence. Davis.
As I said, it almost is a man-to-man job that Scott Brown's doing on Mendes. He certainly has the energy, the Celtic midfield player, to be able to follow Mendes around the park and stop him getting on the ball.
McGeady. Brown. Maloney. Wilson's cross, met by Bugera. Kenny Miller helps it on its way, but not too far. McGeady. Hinkle. Samaras' fancy flip nearly went to Davis. Broadfoot. Thompson for Mendes. Trickled away from Kenny Miller.
It's good football from Rangers in midfield, but Miller, his touch let him down there.
Maloney showing interest. Trying to rescue his poor touch. McGeady can't keep it in either.
That certainly is a pass that you feel that Celtic will play more in this match than normal. Obviously having the two strikers that are very mobile up front and don't mind running into the channels. A little bit different from Jan Fedorov Hesselink and Scott McDonald.
Hartley. It's Nakamura. It bounces off David Weir. Miller. Celtic seeking a third successive win over Rangers for the first time since 2004. Samaras and Maloney linking up again. And McGeady's running onto that. Behind Samaras, behind Nakamura. Charlie Adam brings it away. And Celtic fans were certainly looking for something as Nakamura and Adam tangled. And that would have been a bit hopeful on their part. Kuzan big and strong, and he's going to get a free kick surely. Oh, and a reaction from Mendes, which will bring a yellow card. How foolish of the Celtic captain.
Absolutely, that's 2 yellows. It didn't have to be. That's the emotion of this game. You can see Mendes does have a hold of Kuzan's shirt. I think he gets the ball, but you can see there the Rangers striker gesturing to his jersey. And that's again rash.
Mendes joins Thompson in the book. Kuzan's shirt ripped. Adam in towards Kenny Miller. It was always going to be tricky from there.
Again, the ball's in with pace, and it's Miller, but he's far too far past again that front post area to really do anything with it. Quite interesting that all started for Kuzan from Celtic being in attack and then not getting back in midfield quick enough. The ball in the channel for Kuzan did cause some problems.
Also for McGeady, but Buguera covering.
Celtic are very offensive, particularly down that left-hand side with Maloney and McGeady and Wilson. So far it looks like an option for Rangers to catch them there.
Brown. Maloney wriggling. Nakamura. Didn't come down for Maloney, and Davis took charge. Here's Hartley though. In call for Nakamura. Hartley. And Papach slid in. Hinkle. Steered away by Buguera. Davis. Miller. Broadfoot.
There's been absolutely nothing to do for the goalkeepers as yet, but it's been so intriguing. It's a real battle out there in the midfield area. Each side trying to get on top.
Nakamura given a hard time to Kevin Thompson.
There you go, 50-50. Sums it up so far. As I said, difficult though to get anywhere near the goalkeepers. They're on holiday at the moment, but I'm sure at some stage in this match they won't be.
Samaras pulled away from Papach and got a little unlucky. Charlie Adam. Papach. Buguera.
Rangers up 3-2, goal attempts, but nothing yet to trouble the goalkeepers. But we know that concentration is paramount for the men between the sticks in these matches. They will be called on.
Kenny Miller. Broadfoot. As overcooked the return to Miller, much to the delight of the majority. Inside Celtic Park, but not to him.
Yeah, Miller's just tried to float in between Celtic's defence and midfield and pick up the ball in spaces there. 3 or 4 times though his touch has let him down so far, but that pass wasn't good enough from Broadfoot.
David Weir won that. Foul, Caldwell on Kuzan. Gary Caldwell spilling blood, and I'm sure when Dougie McDonald sees that, which he has now, Caldwell will have to get it sorted. He doesn't want to go because Celtic are defending a free kick, but he's going to have to, such are the rules. All part of the old firm look, that, mind you.
Yeah, it is, and it's partly why I'm sure the likes of Cousin is up there.
Thompson's free kick then, Caldwell absent, but it will be a goal kick, so it won't matter too much. Sore head for him as well.
Well, that's a bit of a gamble to play Cousin in this game. But what's Rangers lacking in continuity by taking Cousin into it and having Mendes in there, who's new, and Buguera at the back. Certainly are more of a surprise package than they've been. It's quite interesting as well that Walter Smith before the match had mentioned the fact that in midfield they're more controlled and play the ball better, hence can play two up front. Not really sure where that leaves Barry Ferguson, mind you.
Free kick for Maloney. High boot from Davis. And Gary Caldwell is back on. Hope he can see out of that eye. McGeady. Davis won that duel. And he's given it to Nakamura, who didn't hang about. Samaras! McGregor guarding his near post.
Nakamura pops up on the left-hand side. Doesn't need asking twice to get the ball in. It's a good run from Samaras, and you think he should be able to get more power on it.
Brown. Samaras did manage to help it on. McGeady. It's flashed wide, and there was a hint of handball as David Weir was on the ground, but Celtic carried on happily and merrily.
You can see just a little bit more movement from Celtic, and players from wide areas willing to come in, like McGeady, and have a go with his right foot. It's always going away from goal though. McGregor comfortable.
Just the one Old Firm goal so far for Aidan McGeady, came nearly 3 years ago.
Always has been a big difference for Celtic over the last few years. The wide midfield players are much more able to come inside and mix it up a little bit. Rangers, as in today, keep their shape all that more. Adam on the left, Davis on the right, don't tend to come in too much.
Mendes just hit McGeady to that. Thompson. Buguera. Mendes. Game jump from Maloney. Samaras now up against Papac. Charlie Adam closed in too. Cousin. A timely tackle by Wilson. Wilson rather bemused to get the throw. Finkel. Charlie Adam, Kevin Thompson, Pedro Mendes, Broadfoot. Broadfoot not ready for the return. unique coverage of the Blue Square Premier continues this week with York against Mansfield on Tuesday. On Thursday it's Kidderminster against toiling Torquay. Hinkle. Brown. McGeady. Wilson up against Broadfoot. McGeady up against Davis. Northern Ireland getting the better of the Republic there. Charlie Adam. Celtic a little stretched. It's a little wide for Kenny Miller. He's not going to get much sympathy.
Yeah, the game's just settling down a little bit now. Adam just trying to open things up for Rangers. It's a difficult ball, mind you. Miller can't quite get there. I think both strikers, or main strikers you'd have to call them, and Kuzat and Samaras are doing fine jobs up front for their teams, holding the ball up whenever possible, using their physique. It's making things generally very difficult for the central two.
His kick has gone straight to Charlie Adam. Davis. Pedro Mendes. Pedro Mendes perfectly picks out Kirk Broadfoot. Boritz keeping his eye on that though, and he's going to release Nakamura. First Old Firm game of the season, bereft of chances so far. Well, that could change easily. Brown. Nakamura. Hinkle. Samaras. Nakamura. Hinkle. Scott Brown. Wilson. McGeady. An early cross. David Weir clears. Scott Brown. Here's McGeady. He's got past Davis. Can drive that away. Nobody far close for Celtic.
Celtic just had a look. They've got more ammunition than Rangers. They can carve Rangers open at certain points in this game. Whereas I'm not quite so sure if Rangers have that in their own midfield. Certainly with Adam, he can pick out a pass, but centrally Mendes, Thompson are just tidy players, like to get on the ball and play short passes, not really trying to open up Celtic at all.
Wilson. McGeady. It's one back by Broadfoot. Kuzan. Good slip Kenny Miller in. It's Scott Brown's tackle. Pedro Mendes and Kevin Thompson maintaining Rangers' interest. Charlie Adam. Broadfoot is still up there. He's gone walkabout. Miller's cross. And Manus stretching.
That's where the danger is for Rangers, getting the ball to Kenny Miller or Kuzat. Sometimes I think it's better to bypass the Rangers midfield, get it into them and then hope for support to come up alongside the strikers.
Charlie Adam drills it in, and Hinkle taking no chances because Bugera and Broadford were both lurking behind him.
That's a good driven ball. Hinkle has to take no chances there.
So some concern here for Celtic with almost half an hour gone. Stephen Davis's corner. It's Daniel Kuzan on the volley.
It wasn't bad, this. It's a good ball in, but where's the marking? Absolutely on his own there. Difficult to keep that on target, but he has caused a problem for Celtic in this first half, so far anyway.
Celtic have won 3 successive titles. Champions in 6 of the last 8 years. The Rangers subs warming up. Right by their fans, and that is the best place for them to warm up, for sure. Also escaped the clutches of Mendes, then ran into Davis. Played in a few Dundee derbies, Mark Wilson, but with due respect to the city of discovery, nothing is like this. Hinkle. Hartley and Brown patrolling the central midfield for Celtic. McGeady has once again Broadford and Davis to contend with. Wilson. Nakamura. Hinkle in space. And it's come off Weir. And McGregor had to react well. He was under pressure, David Weir.
That's a good ball in from Hinkle. Swinging round. Maloney gets in the thick of things, and Weir just tries to get his body in front of Maloney. It comes off his head, and McGregor had to make the reaction save. Nakamura is causing a few problems for Celtic in that he's coming in off that right-hand side. He's hardly hugged that touchline. What that's meant is it's difficult for Adam to decide whether to go in with him or stay out and keep his shape.
The noise levels have increased inside Celtic Park. Will the number of clear-cut chances increase as well? Given a ticking off by Dougie McDonald.
It's hands on the head time for Samaras. He thought that was a corner.
Celtic Park really does lend itself to an occasion like this. Samaras, Maloney. Nearly come kindly into Maloney's path again, but he'll settle for a throw. Might fancy a flick or two. Set up a couple of goals for Samaras last week.
Yeah, Celtic just creeping into this one a little bit more now. The ball not sticking up front for Rangers anymore.
Brown, Nakamura, straight through to McGregor. focus onto that.
Yeah, you can see there. Certainly still very much in the balance, this one. No lack of effort, just can't really make any chances either side. It's a lot to do with the intensity of the match.
Snapped away by Wilson. Offside against Daniel Kuzan, he was late getting back. Rangers have lost on 11 of their last 14 visits to Celtic Park.
I think what you've got to say is the importance of the first goal. When the game is balanced like this, it's going to be absolutely crucial.
Guerra nipping in front of Maloney. McGeady now for Wilson. Brown for McManus. Wilson kept it in.
Rangers certainly had a go in this first half. The longer it's gone on, it's been Celtic's ability to keep possession that's brought them in control of it.
Pedro Mendes. Kuzan up against Wilson. He's away. It's Kuzan, and he scored! Daniel Kuzan, a surprise starter, seizes the moment, and it's a massive moment because Rangers lead at Celtic Park.
Did I say that Celtic were in control of it? You can never say that in an Old Firm match, and this is sheer brilliance from Kuzan. Get the ball to him and he'll run, he'll take on defenders, and look how cool he is when he gets himself into the position that many a striker would get his head up and think, right, I've done my job, I'm going to lay it back, but no intention of that. So strong past Wilson. He's on the byline just about, and he goes inside Boritz. What an amazing finish from the Rangers striker, and totally justifies Wallace-Smith's inclusion in the side.
Boritz badly beaten at his near post. Many a Rangers fans would have been surprised to see Kuzan in the starting lineup today. They'll take it now. It's the Rangers fans who are jumping and jiving in Glasgow's East End. Stunned. Ali McCoy still smiles. No wonder. Kuzan ran straight to him. I wonder if Kuzan still has a future at Rangers. Boritz, though, won't be happy. But he was beaten, and Wilson neither.
You're right, Ian. No goalkeeper is happy when they're beaten at the front post like that. But you have to give credit to the finish. He picked his spot so well, Kuzan. Look at Ali McCoy there. He wasn't the type of striker, Coisty, that could have finished that, because he wouldn't have got himself in that area one-on-one. He wouldn't have had the power to get past Wilson. But Kuzan certainly has that.
McGeady. And Maloney. Oh, Samaras! Celtic responds straight away. Georgios Samaras pounces, and this Old Firm game has come alive big time. It's 1-1.
Well, we knew at some stage both goalkeepers This game's just lit up. Great play on the left-hand side from McGeady. With a touch and poor defending from Papac. McGeady again, it's all down this left-hand side for Celtic. Quick feet, comes inside, right foot cross. It gets a touch with Papac. What is he doing there? He gives the ball straight back to Samaras, and Samaras can't believe it. He takes total advantage. It's a smart little finish, and it's 1-1.
Well, he scored twice against Falkirk last week. Georgios Samaras starting today. Finagora Hesseling on the bench after cashing his leg. And the decision of both Olver managers to play certain strikers has paid off. Kuzan for Rangers, Samaras for Celtic. 5 minutes to half-time. Took a while for this derby to get going, but it's going some now. Here's Kevin Thompson. Deflected off McManus for a corner.
Again, a good reaction from Rangers. Trying to get back in the lead. No one goes to Thompson. McManus eventually blocks.
Charlie Adam then, and Samaras turns it away for another corner. There were 100 seconds between the two goals. Rangers sitting up on corners now.
Just wonder what Papac is thinking.
Charlie Adam tries again. McManus clears it. Well, it had been fairly tame by Old Firm standards, but it's not now. Papac having to come across Maloney.
It wasn't surprising the way the goals actually happened. Rangers I felt were dangerous when they got the ball to Kuzat and Miller. And on the left-hand side, McGeady has been a danger for Celtic all first half.
Nakamura. Hartley! Offside, Maloney, the flag's up.
Well, the game's opened up and there's now some exquisite football from both sides. Become a great game. It is offside. Finally balanced this one. Maloney has been buzzing around. He hasn't, he's been sitting there the whole first half. And he thought when his side took the lead, he could take control, but as I say, still in the balance.
Kuzan hurt. Saw one. Having given Celtic a sore one.
Well, we think that Kuzat damaged Caldwell's eye. I think maybe Caldwell thought, right, okay, take a bit of this.
An error from Papac allowed Samaras to equalise after Kuzan had ripped Wilson and Boris to shreds. Adam. He's holding off Scott Brown, Charlie Adam, but he then ran into the considerable frame of McManus. And Maloney's offside. Well, that might have been close.
Well, I don't think there's much in this. And he certainly tries to bend his run, Maloney. It's a lovely through ball. You just see here, I don't think he does enough. He doesn't come deep enough first and then bend, but nearly.
Wasn't that close at all, really. Weir launching it towards Kuzan, McManus commanding. This Old Firm game has burst into life. It's a shame we waited a while for that to happen, because half-time is almost upon us now.
I think we've just about got everything that we asked for in this first half. There were periods where it just lulled slightly, but all the tackling has been frenetic. And goals, a lot more to come.
Adam. That's a free kick. Quietly protesting to Dougie McDonald. Bugera, ball foot to his right. Harry Caldwell with a comfy header. And again.
Well, it has to be said that the referees handled this first half very well. I hope he continues so in the second half. It's not easy, this. Certainly in that midfield area, a lot of tackles going in, but both sides just wanting to play the ball.
Miller, Adam, Thompson for Papac. Papac making progress. Charlie Adam had a look at Dougie McDonald then. Celtic digging it out eventually. Samaras. Ended up in the Celtic dugout, that from Charlie Adam.
Well, again, I think the referee handles this one very well. Just lets it go. Wasn't much in that at all. I think Charlie Adam was looking for it.
It's half-time. Daniel Kuzan given a surprise start by Walter Smith. Repaid the faith by scoring, but Rangers' lead did not last long. Samaras responding with an equaliser. Kuzan skinned Wilson and beat Boritz at his near post. Celtic Park wasn't stunned for long though. A mistake from Papac allowed Samaras to level it. As the team scoring first, lost. Rangers would be gutted that they didn't hang on to their lead for too long. It is the men in blue who will start the second half. Rangers' victories at Celtic Park have been rare events in recent times. Here we go then. The second half underway. Celtic and Rangers locked together at 1-1. And Charlie Adam immediately looking for Kenny Miller's run. Miller back at Celtic Park, having crossed the Old Firm divide twice. Charlie Adam takes over. Trying to score himself from a very acute angle, and Kuzan says, why didn't you cross it?
And he was right to ask the question. It's good play from Miller. Opens up for Adam. And he's got 3 blue shirts in there to pick out, and I think he knows he made the wrong choice.
Strachan does have Jan Vennegoor of Hesseling on the bench. Barry Robson too would love to play a part on this special day. Miller and Kuzan. Scott Brown for Nakamura for Samaras. Maloney's on the way to the right. Samaras rather bogged down. Adam. Papac at fault for Celtic's equaliser. Hinkle. Nakamura. Mark Wilson took it in his stride, assisted by McGeady. It's a foul by Bugera on Samaras. Useful free kick this for the champions.
Yeah, the Celtic fans wanted advantage played here because McGeady was right through. After that ball skidded past Samaras.
Caldwell and McManus will go up for this. Nakamura in towards McManus. David Weir stayed very close to his opposing captain. Pedro Mendes now. A few options for Rangers, but Paul Hartley sorts out Kenny Miller.
Yeah, good defensive play from Hartley, but once again, lovely passing from Mendes.
Miller, Mendes. It's a foul by Wilson on Broadfoot. A chance for Charlie Adam to whip a free kick in.
Yeah, Broadfoot does well here because it was a shorter pass this time from Mendes and he made something of it. Great opportunity now for Adam to swing this in towards Boric. Just in between the defence and the goalkeeper.
Adam clears everyone.
I think that's what he was trying to do, but frustration from Walter Smith. His midfield player couldn't deliver.
The expression said it all for Walter Smith. Jan Vinegaard of Hesselink may be about to play a part soon. It was his 94th minute winner against Rangers here in April that put Celtic on their way, really, to a remarkable title surge. McGeady's cross. Brown. Nakamura. Brown. Off Papac. Away by Mendes. Kuzan holding off Hinkle. Mendes, Kuzan. Wilson stopped it reaching Broadfoot. He was out of position at the moment and Celtic could exploit that now with Maloney. Sean Maloney back in the Old Firm cauldron and not far away from scoring a dream goal.
Oh, that is great play from Maloney. He gets a little bit lucky here. Loses the ball for a second. Bugera guesses wrong. He just tries to bend this in. Davis can't get close at this point. I don't think McGregor was going to get there. Very close.
Made his Celtic debut in an Old Firm game. Remember it when he came on at Ibrox in 2001. Got right stuck in the Rangers. Kenny Miller. A shove on McManus. Brown has a bit to say, no change there. Subs looking, including Novo for Rangers, who loves these occasions.
Yeah, I think that you have to take into account a player like Kuzan, who hasn't played many matches. Maybe coming off at some stage. He looks all right for the moment.
Davis. He's got a free kick. Finally made a permanent move from Fulham after a drawn-out transfer saga. Rangers fan as a kid. Thompson. Papac. Adam. Stephen Davis. Pedro Mendes. Davis. Celtic in the way when it counts. Kuzan. It's Kenny Miller now! How predictable was that? It just had to happen! Kenny Miller scores against Celtic, the man who has crossed the Old Firm divide twice. They're back in front.
That's yet another sensational finish. Takes a long time this ball to get to him. Kuzan again, initially very good play. It's a lovely ball over. Miller's online, he's not offside. And he can only go one place. It's all about how he does it. Thompson floats it over. And he gets it down into the ground, back across Boric. And that's just a fabulous finish. Great technique for any youngsters out there watching it. He's right over the top of it. Boric, because it goes first into the deck, he can't get there. Walter Smith, a very happy man.
Well, that's gone down like a lead balloon here. Kenny Miller broke his Celtic duck against Rangers. And now, second time around, he's got the first goal of his second spell against Celtic. He just knew he would be on the score sheet today.
What about that from Walter Smith as far as tactics are concerned? A new pairing, Kuza, Miller. You just don't know what you're going to get, but he obviously did know they're going to stretch Celtic, and they've certainly done that in this game. Both of them, and they've both got on the score sheet. The Rangers fans absolutely delighted.
Good job Kenny does of it in Glasgow. Wise move. Thompson, whose cross for Miller was excellent, but he's given it to Samaras here. Gugera having to rescue Rangers. Corner.
Celtic trying to come back again very quickly.
Well, it didn't take long for Celtic to grab a first equaliser. Can they respond similarly? Gugera warned. This is Celtic's first corner. It's crowded in there as Hartley sent it in. Colwell couldn't get near it. Nakamura will try and send it back. He's got Kuzan to contend with though. Celtic flattened by that Kenny Miller goal. Equalise within 2 minutes of Kuzan's strike. McGeady. Wilson. And the Adam Carl. Papac. That's a foul by Kuzan.
Well, if Kuzan is in the shop window, he's done himself no harm at all. Played so well this afternoon.
Brown, deflection, helping McGeady. Wilson. And a free kick for Celtic, who have made a positive response to going behind. They're looking for another quick-fire equaliser. Paul Hartley will swing this in. Celtic trailing, Hartley. Nakamura! Way wide.
Nakamura was winding up this one. His touch wasn't the best. Had to wait for it to settle. And that allowed Mendes out. Jan Fennegroff Hesselink. Don't think it'll be too long before we see him in this match. Certainly allows Celtic to throw the ball in a bit more.
The yellow card here for a series of offences from Daniel Kuzan. There's a call to the referee. I don't want to get involved like that.
That could have gone pear-shaped for Kuzan. Applauding the referee for this. Didn't see too much in that, to be honest. He is coming across McManus, but there's no real elbow involved there. See if he can play like this every week, Kuzan. The Rangers fans, the management team would be delighted for him to stay.
Gugera will fancy that. Sent back by McManus. A batch for Adam. awkwardly finding his keeper. Wilson. Mendes. Caldwell. Hinkle. Samaras. Occupied by Papac. Hinkle's made a run. Kevin Thompson just made sure. But it didn't reach him. Wilson.
Mendes out there just trying to calm his side down. Trying to marshal his troops a little bit. It's a big influence in this match so far.
Kuzan pumping Caldwell out the way unfairly so. Free kick. Big double date ahead for George Burley's Scotland. We are with them in Macedonia next Saturday from 1 on Setanta Sports 1, and then the following Wednesday they're in Iceland, that's on Setanta Sports 2. Brown. Almost an hour played. Absorbing Old Firm encounter, Maloney. Kuzan. Pedro Mendes. Kenny Miller. Miller again. Broadfoot. Manus on hand to clear. Davis. Broadfoot, Davis, tidy. Pedro Mendes, steered away by McManus. Mendes again. We've got an orthodox pass to Broadfoot, and even he's showing off now. McGeady has skived him down, and that will surely be... I think he might escape a card, actually. Reckless challenge.
Oh, it's just been great football there from Rangers. A big difference in their play, actually, in that midfield area. Lovely little triangles of football, keeping possession, trying to open up Celtic at the same time. It's been great stuff to watch at times, and that's been one area that has suffered recently for Rangers, but they seem to have got that right.
Kevin Thompson set up Miller's goal. He's going to take this. Hinkle's header. It's far from clear yet. And that's going to be a corner kick. Corner. Rangers haven't had too many days to remember at Celtic Park this decade. Last win a couple of seasons ago, we'll go Ekiog's overhead kick. Davis fools everyone by picking out Pedro Mendes! That is just brilliant! Fabulous! An awesome goal from Pedro Mendes on his Old Firm debut. Rangers are loving it, absolutely loving it. 3-1 up at the home of their rivals.
Oh dear, they'll go a long, long way to see a better goal than this. Just sensational. He comes across it from fully 25 yards. Such a difficult technique to master, this one, but boy does he catch that one sweetly. You've got a goalkeeper of the highest order between the sticks, and he can't get there. It's absolute perfection. Look at the way he tees it up. He knows it's coming. He sends his side 3-1 up. Absolute brilliance.
Well, you have to be a special kind of player to cope with your first Old Firm game. Pedro Mendes is just that, and he has scored a special goal that will be remembered for a long time by Rangers fans. Now Samaras has caught Bugera, and he's going to get a yellow card.
What a result this is for Rangers. Celtic have got a lot to do to get themselves back in the match. Samaras, you see there, just getting his left elbow and forearm across Bugera.
It's time for change for Celtic, no doubt about that. Strachan, Neil Lennon discussing what to do as the Rangers fans make the most of this, and you can't blame them for milking it. There would have been a few raised eyebrows at Walter Smith's team selection today, but he's been around a while, as Walter. He knew what he was doing. McGeady though, for Maloney, and McGregor clutches it.
A very good opportunity wasted there by Maloney.
Davis for Miller. Davis had gone for a return, but Mark Wilson was in the way. McGeady hijacked by Miller. Celtic have shown plenty of character in Gordon Strachan's time at the club. They're going to have to come up with a remarkable reply in this game. Maloney's cross. Apatch. Hinkle. Samaras may use Nakamura. Maloney was beneath Broadfoot. It's a corner for Celtic. Well, they've still got 25 minutes to pose some problems, ask some questions, sort out the mess they're in. Hartley's corner, Samaras attacked it, goal kick is the verdict.
Yeah, I think the change for Celtic might be Barry Robson. He's going back in from his warm-up.
A breathtaking goal.
It was a breathtaking goal. If you take the goal on its own, it's quite spectacular. So a couple of players there, Hartley tries to get involved but doesn't get a touch on it. But not just on its own, his overall play has been brilliant today. He's really delivered in that midfield area for Rangers.
Kuzan for Pedro Mendes. Here's Broadfoot. Well, Kenny Miller has scored against Celtic, but he's been upstaged really by that Pedro Mendes strike. Every pass applauded by the Rangers fans who are lucky enough to be here, and by a good few more watching in the pubs and clubs as well.
That's been one of the massive pluses for Rangers today. It's definitely helped them get to this position at the moment. The way they've been able to pass the ball in the midfield area and then hold it up front. You have to have that if you're going to come to difficult places and win matches.
Samaras. Apatch made the challenge. He'll be rather relieved that Rangers have scored twice since his error allowed Samaras to equalise. Celtic won't be giving this one up just yet, though. They never give anything up. This Old Firm game or any other game. And Maloney's going to give Bugera a hard time, but a foul by Sean Maloney. A push on Bugera. Barry Robson, a driving force for Celtic, on arrival from Dundee United last season, scored a penalty winner here against Rangers in that dramatic 3-2 game, and also scored a penalty winner for Dundee United against Rangers last season.
Celtic really need a lift from somewhere now. looking a little bit flat since that third goal went in for Rangers.
Rangers lacking European football this season, of course, and that is a big and bitter blow for them. But if they record a victory here, it will go some way to softening the blow. Jan Vennegoor, Hesselink, and Barry Robson may be about to become involved. Davis sends it in. De Gea, the nearest Rangers man to it. Caldwell with him. Charlie Adam closed down by Brown. Now Maloney, and Rangers are very short. McGeady. Adam has fouled him. And Charlie Adam is going to be the latest to be summoned to Dougie McDonald. And he's going to be the 5th player to be booked.
I think if he just looked up, he'd have realised that Mendes was getting back too. He didn't have to do that. Cross came Mendes to cover.
Celtic couldn't half do with something here. Trailing 3-1 to the arch-enemy. Nakamura it is who floats it in. McGregor elects to punch that away. Walters come downstairs to join Harry McCoist and Kenny McDowell, who used to work here at Celtic. Not a bad pair to bring on, you have to say. Nakamura. McGregor untroubled again. Mendes hurt. Has been Scotland captain in the absence of Barry Ferguson. And George Burley will be slightly concerned because Mendes never goes down for no reason, that's for sure.
It's more worrying when players go down like that with no one near them. It usually means a twisted ankle. Maybe not too bad though.
Drinks break for Rangers, they've earned it. We're into the last 20 minutes.
Well, Celtic have made some huge comebacks in the past and in the recent past. To manage it from this one, it'd be pretty astonishing.
So, Samaras, who scored Celtic's goal, is replaced by Jan Vennegoor Hesselink, who scored the most important goal for Celtic last season against Rangers here, a 94th minute winner in April. And Paul Hartley is replaced by Barry Robson. Celtic have to give it a go. And Rangers are going to bring on a man who Celtic won't want to see particularly. He always does well against them. Nacho Novo. Broadfoot's cross. Adam. Nacho Novo just loves the old firm occasions. Scored 3 times against Celtic last season. And there's also going to be a debut for Maurice Edu, who arrived at the end of the week from Toronto. Thompson's cross. Davis with the header. High tension, high drama, high everything at Celtic Park just now.
Ron Strachan sacrificed Paul Hartley in there to retain his width. keeping Nakamura on the park, and also having Barry Robson and McGeady.
Robson swivelling away from Thompson. Hinkle. Venegora Hesseling just on, but Bagheera matched him. McGeady tries again. It's a corner kick which will encourage Celtic. Barry Robson on to take these corners now. Mendes is all right after that knock. Robson in, and it's come off Papach, and Davis on the line. Celtic's need for a goal is urgent, it's desperate. Nakamura in, and there's been a push by Venegora Hesseling, I think.
Only describe these corners from Barry Robson as fierce. Davis had to be there as well. The clearance off the line. Papach first, and that could have just about been curling in.
It's a yellow card for time wasting for Adam McGregor. The fourth Rangers player to be booked. Celtic have had 2 yellows.
It was interesting, Walter Smith down a little bit earlier. I think he was trying to suggest that you have to keep the high line and not go deeper in this match.
Well, Mendes has reacted to Kuzan here. It's a yellow card for Kuzan, his second. He's off. Sent off, not for the first time in his Rangers career. And they're going to have to see this out with 10 men.
How about the timing? Nacho Novo all stripped to the side, waiting to come on. Now that game plan goes up in the air. You can see Kuza comes across, he does lead with his left elbow. And I think if you do that, you take your chances. It's not the first time.
Suspended for the UEFA Cup final. Daniel Kuzan feels a little hard done by, but he's off, and that could change the plan as far as the substitutions were concerned.
As a shame, he was having a fantastic match.
It's reaching boiling point at Celtic Park, and there's been a reaction here. Oh! And Venegora Hesseling has been sent off! Put off the ball! 2 red cards in such a short space of time, and he hasn't been on long. Venegor of Hesseling walks, and Celtic, like Rangers, are down to 10 men.
Well, this game's just going mad. What was that all about? Jan Venegor of Hesseling. As for that reaction, well, how stupid. He gets involved here with Broadfoot. There's a little go there again, and then he just lashes out with his left leg. It's never going to do Broadfoot any harm, really, but by the letter of the law, you cannot be doing that.
It's a yellow card for Kirk Broadfoot. 8 yellow cards, couple of reds. That's the old firm for you.
Yeah, there's not much missing from this one.
Another crazy instalment of the old firm, and Kenny Miller almost in.
Well, it is difficult for players to keep their heads in games like these, but Kuza should know better. Lead him with an elbow, he takes a chance. Jan Venegor of Hesseling, well, that's just stupidity, just on the park, trying to get back into the game. He had the advantage as well, just had it from Kuza.
Kenny Miller on his own, waits for support. Tucked slightly by Caldwell. Venegor of Hesseling was only on the field for just over 4 minutes. A furious reaction here from Barry Robson, who will be advised to just walk away. Nacho Novo wants a bit of this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And what he will do with only 10 men for each side is he'll stretch it a little bit more, will Nacho Novo. We'll go long. Charlie Adam's gone off. I think he's had a good game, Charlie Adam. Not quite back to his absolute best, but certainly did a job in that midfield area, which has kept possession very well against a good Celtic midfield.
Yes, he's often been targeted of late by the Rangers fans, Charlie Adam, but he's put in a decent shift today. Celtic now will have to deal with a man who has often been a thorn in their side, Nacho Novo. 6 Old Firm goals to his name, 3 of them last season. Celtic are also going to bring on another striker, young Ben Hutchinson, who they signed from Middlesbrough last season. Broadfoot now. And it's spilled! Kenny Miller must score! Boris with an incredible howler! And Miller has struck again! Happy days are here again for Rangers!
Well, if we give Boris the benefit of the doubt in the first half, you can certainly not give it to him in the second. He is prone to 1 or 2. He's a world-class goalkeeper, but this is one that he will not want to see again. Broadfoot, as ever, happy to go down that right-hand side, and he whips a good ball in. Boris, what is he thinking about? He must just take his eye off the ball. He's casual there at the front post area, it comes in. And look at this, how easy does it get for Kenny Miller? 2 goals in a game that we never knew what to expect from the Scotland striker. But did we ever? A couple of goals, when it's big matches, he's always there.
His first goal was a fabulous finish, his second was a little easier, made for him by Artur Boruc. Celtic are getting trounced on their own patch. Wilson's cross. Robson. Maloney. Hinkle. 10 minutes to go. Kenny Miller's on a hat-trick. Now, wouldn't that be a story? There hasn't been a hat-trick in an Old Firm League game since 1966.
We talked before the match about Walter Smith gambling with this side. It's certainly a very good gamble because it's paid off. It's probably what the Rangers fans have wanted to see more of from their manager. Maybe he's just got the side now, the type of players within his squad, to push on a little bit more. Certainly showing that way today.
Boruc is getting an earful from the Rangers fans, and they have crossed swords before. McGeady. Nakamura. It's Scott Brown, but it's a pretty miserable effort on a pretty miserable afternoon for the champions. Celtic fans can barely believe this scoreline, but Rangers fans are probably pinching themselves as well.
Well, it was a game that was in the balance for so long. Very even for a while, and then Kenny Miller with a great volley across Boruc, and after that, exquisite from Mendes. Rangers just took control. It's been that midfield battle. It's paid off for them. Certainly up front, they've taken their chances.
Davis, Mendes. Robson. Nakamura. Into the path of Wilson. It's Hinkle now. And it's off Papac for a corner. Celtic deflated. Whips it in, David Weir heads it out. specialists in late goals and late comebacks, but this will surely be asking a bit too much. Caldwell, Nakamura. Caldwell. Goal. And mistake from McGeady. Although Mendes has only got Nacho Novo up with him. Stephen Davis. Davis went nowhere fast. McGeady now for Maloney. Nakamura. Wilson. Decent try, very decent. But McGregor saw it coming.
It's well done here from Wilson. Comes inside, gets lots of power on it.
Mark Wilson was his last contribution. He's replaced by Ben Hutchinson, who joined Celtic from Middlesbrough back in January. He's had one or two injuries to contend with. This is only his third appearance. A couple of years ago he was playing non-league football for Arnold Town. Scott Brown.
Well, it is very early in the season, but we'd have to say huge psychological blow to Gordon Strachan's men, especially as this one comes at Celtic Park, somewhere where they're very, very strong, the home side.
It's the first time Rangers have scored 4 goals here since 1994. When they won the New Year game 4-2. Have they finished with 4? 5 minutes left. Kenny Miller would love a hat-trick. And an armed guard to leave the ground. Nacho Novo. Mendes and Robson. McGeady. Here's Hinkle, and it's off Papat. It's might not go for the corner yet, actually. Papat gets a goal kick out of it, numbing the pain of European exit. This will do nicely. Celtic 1, Rangers 4. Not even in their dreams last night could they have thought about this. And a big howler, huge clanger from Artur Boruc as well.
Kenny Miller produces the goods yet again.
The man for the big occasion, Kenny Miller. Let's hope he continues in that vein for Scotland next week. Fans heading to the exits. Just beaten twice here in April and ultimately losing out on the title last season. Payback time today. Nakamura. It's Barry Robson. Into handball. Ben Hutchinson has snatched at that.
Nakamura picks his spot. Barry Robson tries to just use his power to get through more than anything else. And Hutchinson just snapped at it.
Celtic well and truly turned over in front of their own fans by their oh-so-fierce rivals. It doesn't get much worse than this for Celtic fans. Robson. Nakamura. Gary Caldwell. Broadfoot. Nacho Novo on his own. He's going to stay on his own. What can he do? He's got absolutely no support whatsoever. Just have a little look there. Not much point in anyone advancing, really, I suppose. Unless to inflict further misery on Celtic.
It certainly has been a very professional performance from Rangers in every way. Suffered a blow when Celtic go back in the match, but for longer spells now, especially in the second half, have outdone Celtic.
Nakamura, intercepted by Papac. It's going to break kindly this for Novo. Nacho Novo, running through the middle. Kenny Miller on a hat-trick, and Borat has denied him. And that would have just wrapped up the day perfectly for Rangers.
The game's so stretched now. With Novo's pace, he's able to open up. Miller attempts to go for that near post area, but Boric won't be beaten there twice in one game.
Strachan bemused and baffled. Boric won't be happy with the first and the last goals that he conceded in this match. I'm hoping it's the last goal anyway. Pedro Mendes, who scored a stunner, and the flag has stayed down, and Stephen Davis has put it into the side netting.
Celtic fans all over the place. You can see it's online there. Real chance. Rangers through Mendes and Davis. Thompson. Very good in that middle of the park area. Up front in the first half, Cousin led the line so well. Miller has contributed. Has a couple of goals to show for it too. At the back, Bugera. Maybe Weir have done well.
McGeady. Hinko. Barry Robson, but it's bounced off his shins. Rangers rule at Celtic Park. Heading for only their third victory here in 8 years. It's a big one, it's a sweet one. Celtic hurt and wounded. A free kick which Nakamura himself may well fancy, but it's a bit too late for Celtic now. Teams having to see the game out with 10 men, of course, after Cousin and Venegor of Hesselink saw red. Big Dutchman had only been on the field 4 minutes. Nakamura preparing free kick. It's not one that's going to matter much to Celtic, whatever the outcome, really. Nakamura has found the bottom corner, adding to his free kick collection. Celtic may have had the last word in this game, but Rangers are having the last laugh.
Yeah, Nakamura was having a little game of chess there with McGregor. He won that battle, but the wall didn't do its job. Goes through, Davis just gets the slightest of touches to it with his head, and it goes in between him and Broadfoot, and that's why McGregor wasn't happy. No goalkeeper likes to lose goals.
Oh, Boric. Novo bearing down on him. few seconds of stoppage time. Robson and Stephen Davis lunging in. It's just a corner. Not long to go. Celtic looking for a third. In by Robson, away by Broadfoot. It's all over. Walter Smith has masterminded a magnificent victory for Rangers, and on Celtic's own patch as well. Kenny Miller, former Celtic striker, scored 2 of the goals. Alan McGregor still raging about that free kick that he was beaten by late on, but not the best of days for Artur Boruc. He was at fault really for the first and the last goals. Kenny Miller couldn't quite manage a hat-trick. Nakamura's late reply mattered little. It was a stunning goal from Miller and a tap-in, and an even better one from Pedro Mendes on his Old Firm debut. A real sizzler. Rangers out of Europe this season, but this will go a little way, maybe a big way towards paying back their fans. A fully deserved and wonderful victory. The champions Celtic beaten at home by Rangers. Celtic 2, Rangers 4. Kenny Miller goes across to receive the adulation of the Rangers fans. Miller with one fabulous finish and one tap-in after a clang-up from Artur Boruc. And the Rangers fans won't be going home in a hurry, because you have to savour days like this, putting one over your rivals and on their own ground as well. An astonishing victory for Rangers by 4 goals to 2.
We shouldn't really have raised our eyebrows about Walter Smith's team selection at the top of the show. It worked well. He's with Stuart Lovell.
Walter, first things first, an outstanding performance and result for Rangers today.
Yes, good performance from us, and excellent result. I don't think we could have imagined that coming to Celtic Park we would, especially you know, at the start of the season there, we haven't been scoring freely. I mean, obviously we would never have imagined we would have scored 4 in a place that's very difficult to get a win.
What pleased you most about the overall display?
Well, I just felt that you know, we trying to change around our way of playing from last season, which was something that we always had in mind to do. You know, always wondering if there's going to be a hangover for that. We certainly had a little bit of struggle right at the start of the season, but the last couple of games there we've settled down a little bit and we've played some good stuff. And today, I felt we played well enough, and you know, we managed to get goals that have won us a game.
Is it in your mind to play 2 up front as often as possible this season?
Well, as often as possible, but you know, we'll see. We'll have variations that we can use, but obviously that is something. I mean, everybody says that, but I think if everybody looked at the games last season, we played 2 up front in most of the SPL games last season, because we had a long European run where we only played with 1 striker. Everybody thought that was what we were, but we'll continue to chop and change depending on the circumstances.
Daniel Kuzan was at the heart of the action today, did particularly well to get his first goal, and then eventually he was sent off for, it looked like, persistent fouling. It was obvious it was a decision that angered the Rangers bench. What was your view on it?
I mean, you know, nowadays, it used to be that was a feature of football, you know, a clash between a centre forward and a centre half. I don't think there was any antagonism between Gary Caldwell and Daniel. There was a few fouls. Gary had a few fouls. Daniel had a few fouls, and yeah, I don't think any of them were malicious or anything like that. But in current football, you know, you have to get booked, and yeah, I just felt it was a little bit unfortunate overall.
What was your view on the display of Kenny Miller, who of course ultimately won the game for Rangers with a couple of goals today?
A couple of good goals. One of them obviously presented 2 more or less, but you know, the first one he scored was a good goal at a good time for us. You know, the game, well, firm games are inclined to swing at certain goals, and you know, getting the second one today was a big thing for us. You know, Sean Maloney missed one just afterwards, so if you don't take it, then you can rue the miss. But Kenny managed to get that one, and I'm pleased for him, because it'll let things settle down now and he can get on with playing football.
Do you think the result today will help to get the fans back on side after the disappointment of going out of the Champions League?
Well, it wasn't only the fans that were disappointed at getting out of the Champions League. We were all disappointed with that performance. We take that on board. We'll have to go a long way before we can forget that one. Certainly on the football side, but it certainly redresses the balance a little bit, and I think it shows that it was a little bit of an aberration from our own point of view.
Well done today.
Thank you.
His 41st Old Firm match.
But no, Nakamura from there, you'd probably say 7-8 times out of 10 he sticks it in the net, and he's so good from that distance.
Let's hear from the Celtic manager, Gordon Strachan.
Gordon, what did you make of the game from a Celtic perspective?
Well, I went at half time, I thought this is fine, this is good, we'll get ourselves back in the game. There's not been too many threats on a goal. I was quite happy with some of the stuff we were doing, and through some decent strikes and some bizarre defending, then we're on a defeat that we're not proud of.
Very rare to see Celtic concede 4 goals at home. Do you feel that was maybe to do with the fact you were committing so many men forward to try and get back in the game?
No, there was a bit of that, but there's also we were in positions where we could have done something about it, and we didn't do anything about it.
If you analyse the goals that you've conceded today, how would you feel about the contribution of your goalkeeper for maybe the first and the fourth goals? Well, what we do is with the coaches, we'll meet together tomorrow and watch the game, and then have a look at it. Goalkeeping coach, Gary, myself, Lenny, and then we'll have a look at it and see where we could have done better. What was your view of the red card for Jan Vennegoor Hesselink? I didn't see it, but I think the referee had a good game. Obviously it's a disappointing result for Celtic, it goes without saying, but early in the season I guess you won't feel too down about it for long. You just get the head down and get on with it. 3-0 at Ibrox last year, and we were far worse than what we were today. At times we saw some decent football, creating chances, and as I said last year when we got beat at Ibrox, that was a real downer. It's hard to take the day, but we put ourselves in this position, we have to take it. Thanks very much for your time, Gordon. Thank you, Tam.
Never a dull moment in that Celtic technical area when he's around, and there weren't too many smiles from him today, more snarls, John Hartson.
Yeah, they were. He's clearly disappointed. As he said at half time, they were right in the game, but as he said there, I don't think he's going to be too critical of his players really, because as he said, I thought he summed it up. About Mendes 30-yard or a goalkeeping error, which obviously cost Celtic, but at half time they were really in it, and it's very difficult for him, I suppose, to go in and sort of, they put so much into the game, Celtic, but unfortunately, Rangers, for me, they edged it today.
We're not going to be jumping to conclusions at this early stage with just 4 SPL games down, Terry, but that's a big lift to Rangers in terms of belief, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it lifts everybody, the fans as well, because there was so much doom and gloom after Cowness in the start of the season, and now all Rangers have is to try and get their hands on this trophy now, and Rangers are totally focused on that. They've got the personnel in place. Belatedly, you would have loved to have seen Mendes and Davis in action against Cowness and going into the Champions League, but that's not to be. But now they've got people in place, now they can look forward. I mean, you win an Old Firm game, it gives you massive confidence. They don't play again until near the end of the year for the return at Ibrox, and that's a long time. It's a long time to talk about 4-2 from the Rangers fans' point of view. But in the meantime, there's lots of games to be played. Celtic played 2 away games after the internationals. Rangers have 2 home games, and we'll see what happens then. But then the Champions League kicks in. Rangers haven't got that. It's not easy for Rangers, because it's not nice to see Celtic in the Champions League. But having said that, they've got preparation time now.
John, could it be nip and tuck for this trophy alongside me again?
Well, I think so, yeah. I'm not so sure whether it'll go down to the last day again, but 2 or 3 weeks ago people were saying, well, it's all over, give Celtic the trophy. They were that sort of confident Celtic are going to romp it by 20 points, I was hearing people say, and I don't think Gordon for 1 minute bought into any of that. Walter Smith, as Rangers, and his passion for the club and his sides he puts out, while he's in charge there, he will have his players desperate to get this trophy back, because him more than anybody, I feel, will be really hurting having been pipped for it last year.
Next Saturday is World Cup Saturday on Setanta Sports. Firstly, Macedonia against Scotland from 1 o'clock, Setanta Sports 1. Later on in the afternoon we'll be